On Apple Valley News Now, sounding the alarm on bullying in the West Valley School District. What parents say has been happening as they call for action. And snow in the mountains with bitterly cold nighttime temperatures in eastern Washington.
That's right. The mercury plunges after the sun goes down. I'm tracking the latest developments in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
A dramatic change in weather conditions across Washington. Check out all the snowfall on Cayuse Pass. This is State Route 123, approximately 40 miles southeast of Enumclaw. That as the forecast calls for more bone-chilling temperatures. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We're going to get right to Stacy Lee, who's tracking all of the recent developments in your First Alert forecast.
That's right. We're keeping an eye on our Skywatch radar tonight. Been watching the snowfall here in the Blue Mountains today. And again, we continue to see that. We'll zoom in a little closer. Think Ski Bluewood, Tollgate area getting that snow. And again, those will start to taper off later tonight. But a good little chunk there to get those ski resorts with the snow for ski season. All right, our temperatures tonight dropping down into the 30s. We're down to 33 at 6 in the morning. It's going to be very chilly out the door tomorrow morning. So again, grab a coat, be ready for those cold temps. Tonight in Yakima, again, once the sun goes down, those temperatures are chilly. 34 at 6 a.m., 36 by 9, so it stays very cool. Giza Sky Camp tonight, 45 degrees out there. Winds are light at 5 miles per hour. Our humidity at 74%. And again, we are seeing the cloud cover. Those clouds will start to move out a little bit later tomorrow morning, midday. But by midday, we should see some sunshine. The Arctic blast continues to dominate our weather pattern. We're running 10 to 20 degrees below average for our entire region, and that's going to be here for several days. So look for widespread frost overnight through the area. Fog and freezing fog could develop through the Kittitas Valley and along the foothills of the Blues like Walla Walla. We do have a chance of mountain snow on and off throughout the weekend at the upper elevations, but mostly sunny this weekend with those cold temperatures sticking around. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. Parents and members of the community are expressing concerns about bullying in the West Valley School District. Some of the parents say these are concerns that have been going on for more than a year, and they want the school district to do something about it. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell explains what's being said and what the school district is actively doing to stop this from happening.
The September 26th West Valley School Board meeting was an emotional one. The focus, bullying and harassment.
Pulled her out today. She'll be going homeschooled. And it's a dirty, rotten shame.
Parents and caregivers who spoke up at that meeting say while some of that bullying did occur online or over text message, most of it happened right here at the West Valley Innovation Center.
Months of my child enduring this and it escalating as far as the student telling my son, quote, "You are so annoying. Go home and get your dad's gun and put it in your mouth and shoot yourself," end quote.
Parents saying they're getting delayed or non-existent responses from school and district officials, now asking the school board for help.
I urge the school board to take an aggressive approach to addressing the bullying.
School board officials said they were unaware of those cases, but they would have the superintendent look into it.
So there will be repercussions.
No, I'm not going to assure that there will be repercussions. What I'm going to assure you of is that Dr. Finch is going to look into this and report back to us about what's going on.
We are here and listening. I agree that safety is the #1 priority for our students, and we will follow up.
The response at the October 10th meeting, a one-page document condemning bullying, explaining the training they receive on investigating those reports, and detailing the process for others to make reports, but nothing about the specific cases. I reached out to every one of the board members, got referred to the board president who referred me to the superintendent who is out of the office. I was then referred to Assistant Superintendent Stacy Drake. I called, emailed, and then showed up at the district office, where I was able to speak to her briefly. She told me she had received my messages and was in contact with the superintendent and that he would be able to speak to me when he returns on Monday about the school's policies on bullying, but that information about the individual cases is confidential. I was also able to sit down with one of the moms who testified at the school board meeting, and we'll hear from her as we continue to dive into this story. In West Valley, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Emily is planning to talk with the school superintendent next week. We'll also continue this story next week with more from the parents who are speaking out about what is happening within that district. Now, the Yakima County Sheriff's Office is investigating a crash that killed a man on Tuesday afternoon. That happened at the intersection of Van Bell Road and Bethany Road near Sunnyside. Authorities say a car being driven by 24-year-old Junior Angiano was going east on Van Bell Road and entered the intersection without stopping at the stop sign. Angiano crashed into a semi going south on Bethany Road, and authorities say he died at the scene. The driver of the semi was not hurt. The defense team for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students was dealt a blow today after a judge denied their request to have the grand jury indictment thrown out. Brian Kohberger's defense attorney claimed the grand jury didn't apply the proper standard to bring the murder indictment against their client. They say the grand jury should have gone beyond probable cause in deciding the charges, but the judge says due to a settled Idaho case law, probable cause is enough to indict. Now, the defense team says it's going to fight back on that case law. The judge told them to take it up with the Idaho State Supreme Court. The trial for Kohberger has not yet been set. Voting is currently underway in Washington's November general election because the Evergreen State is also a vote-by-mail state. Now, according to the Benton County Auditor's Facebook page, they've received 7,700 ballots so far. That may seem like a lot, but it's actually only about 6% voter participation. Now, you do have until 8 p.m. on November 7th to get your ballot back through a ballot box. You can also send it through the mail, but if you do that, it has to be postmarked by November 7th, so you may want to get it to the mailbox a little earlier. Zeno Power, a developer of commercial radioisotope power systems, has completed a milestone in its long-term project towards bringing more energy to space. The first phase of the project was completed at PNNL in Richland. Zeno Power completed its Z1 demonstration, which is the first commercial strontium-90 field heat source that has been built in nearly 40 years. Zeno says there's a growing need for power in space, and their company is working to harness the power of radioisotopes that has the potential to turn heat into electricity and support major space missions as well as national security missions. The collaboration with PNNL involves the use of its radiochemical processing lab to help make this project a reality. Now, up next for Zeno Power, now that the Z1 demo is complete, is to develop and complete the heat source fabrication in 2024. They're hoping to make it available to customers in 2025. You can learn more about this on our website, Apple Valley News Now, coming up after the newscast. Washington Governor Jay Inslee will be in the Yakima Valley tomorrow talking about his Climate Commitment Act. He's meeting with participants in a Department of Commerce pilot program to install solar panels and other energy upgrades in low-income households. He's also planning to tour the Yakima Valley Crime Lab and talk about the state's efforts to clear evidence backlogs. His final stop will be at 2 housing facilities aimed at working with the homeless population to get connected to services. Now, a lot of animal shelters and rescues are at full capacity in the Tri-Cities and all around the surrounding areas. There's one, though, in Kennewick that you might not know about. The Benson County Canine Rescue is almost 6 months behind on picking strays up because they say no one's adopting animals at the moment. With the shelter being budgeted, it is able to offer more affordable adoption fees that include things like spay or neuter, a collar or harness, a bed, and even a bag of food.
Our adoption fees are $95. Most animal control facilities will be on the lower scale of adoption fees. Reason being is because since we're budgeted, we can afford to lower those prices.
So the Benton County Canine Shelter is located at 1116 Grant Place, which is off of Canal in Kennewick. If you're interested in adopting or fostering an animal, don't hesitate to call the local shelters. And Apple Valley News Now and Windermere Group Windermere Group 1, have partnered with the Benton Franklin Humane Society to showcase all of the animals in their care. The Humane Society is hosting their biannual Operation Best Friend adoption event this Friday from 11 to 4 at their shelter. You'll be able to meet their team, tour the shelter facilities, and maybe, hopefully, meet your new best friend. It is Thursday, which means a golden night of television right here on Apple Valley News Now. At 8, it's The Golden Bachelor, and we want you to join us for the fun. We're holding one of our weekly Golden Bachelor viewing parties. It's tonight at Twig's Martini Bar and Bistro in Kennewick. We do have a consumer alert for you tonight. Details next on a recall impacting some Toyota vehicles. And get ready for that bone-chilling cold overnight. Stacey Lee is tracking how low the temperatures will go ahead in her first alert forecast. And with nighttime temperatures like those, you need to bundle up. We're taking a look at Operation Warm, which helps kids do just that. The details next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
The 2023 Honda CR-V is a car and driver 10 best. RAV4 and Forester are not. CR-V is also car and driver's top-ranked compact SUV. Toyota and Subaru weren't even close. That's because inside and out, the next generation Honda CR-V is bigger, bolder, and more beautiful than ever. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get CR-V with 3.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hun. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Since 1975, the Tri-Cities Food Bank has been meeting the need of the hungry here in our community, 40% of which are children. Yokes and McCurley, they do this food drive, which we count on every year. When people go and buy a car there, they are supporting the Tri-Cities Food Bank, and we can never say thank you enough.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
If you want to lower stroke risk from AFib, not caused by a heart valve problem, there's a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. Toyota is recalling more than 500,000 large SUVs after reports of problems with the lower bumper covers. Company officials say Toyota Highlanders from the 2020 through 2023 model years, including gas-electric hybrids, are included in this recall. It's about 751,000 vehicles. Now, officials say the SUVs have a resin front lower bumper cover that's connected with mounting tabs. But a minor impact, even just like running over a pothole, could cause those mounting tabs to detach, and parts of the bumper's assembly could fall onto the road. Now, if your vehicle falls under this recall, dealers can install improved hardware to hold those covers in place better. Toyota says car owners will be notified by December. It is almost time for a time change, and that could be a literal headache. Most of the United States falls back an hour when daylight savings time ends on November 5th. An expert from the University of Southern California says that is hard on your body. He says it's a good idea to have migraine drugs or painkillers on hand for headaches. Other issues could include seasonal affective disorder, sleep cycle disruptions. To help, he suggests exercise, morning time, outside, and light therapy. Operation Warm from the Richland Fire and Emergency Services Department is warming back up after a hiatus due to COVID. Operation Warm helps elementary schools in Richland give coats to kids for the upcoming winter season. That's to help families that may not be able to afford one on their own. This year, the program had more than 1,000 coats to give out to several local schools. This morning, Jefferson Elementary was the first school to get a chance to pick.
We go out and we get donations from local businesses here in the city of Richland. And with that money that we get, we go out and we purchase coats for kids that need them. The way we select the children is we go through the schools that use the most government-assisted lunches, and then we start off with them. Jefferson Elementary was number 1 on the list.
Now, our crew says the kids were more than excited to get a new coat for the season, and they were also able to pick out their own style or colors.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, officially, soup weather has arrived, soup and chili weather, and it is chilly. Speaking of that, we've been tracking snow here in the Blue Mountains pretty much all afternoon. Those snow showers just may be starting to taper off, but basically ski Bluewood all the way down to Tollgate and to the southern Blues into Oregon. So again, we've been seeing those snow showers. If you're traveling that I-84 corridor, that got pretty dicey last night. Make sure you do trip check before you hit the road tonight across Oregon. 45 degrees right now, Legends Casino Skycam. Again, we're seeing cloudy skies. Those will start to move out of the area. Tomorrow about midday, we'll see some sunshine, but bitterly cold temperatures. Our winds are light tonight at 5, and our sunset was officially at 5:51. That Arctic blast, this is the big weather maker that will continue bringing that cold air down into our region for the next several days into most of next week as well. Our temperatures are running 10 to 20 degrees below the average. Look at Montana. They're running anywhere from 35 to 40 degrees below average. And again, it's not going to change anytime soon. Here's our satellite and radar. Again, you can see that last little bit of snow clinging onto the Blue Mountains and most of the cloudy skies pushing through the area. Those clouds will start to decrease. Here's a next a look at the few days ahead. Again, you can see that the cold air just continues to come down as the jet stream is allowing that moisture and cool air to come down from Canada. Then the jet goes right over the top of us, and that brings that cold air straight down. So get ready. The coldest days are still yet to come this weekend. Futurecast shows us again a few scattered snow showers through the area, very light overnight tonight. And again, most of those snow showers over the Blues will start to move on out of the area. There's those cloudy skies tomorrow morning. As the day moves on, though, we'll see clearing conditions, and you can see those northerly flow winds coming down from Canada and the Arctic. And that will be the case here Saturday morning, though, nice and clear. Going to see lots of sunshine out there, but very chilly temperatures. Don't let the sun deceive you out there. All right, let's take a look at our temperatures overnight. 20s and 30s through the area. Most of us in the 30s tonight, just barely above the freezing level. Toppenish, Hanford, and Ellensburg all dropping below freezing. Dayton as well, and then everybody else just sitting right there at the edge of the freezing level. Tomorrow, again, we have that AM frost, a sunny afternoon, however, with temperatures in the 40s, under 50 degrees there in Toppenish at 48, Sunnyside 47, same thing in Yakima, 43 for Cle Elum. Moving into the Benton County area, we've got Prosser at 47, Tri-Cities at 50, 45 Connell, and 48 tomorrow in Hermiston. Foothills of the Blues, we see those temperatures once again in the low to mid 40s. So pretty cold out there. Planning your day out the door, grab a coat. You need those scarf, mittens, all the warm things that you have, as the bus stop will be chilly tomorrow by midday in the 40s, and we just barely touch 50 in the Tri-Cities. Weekend forecast, if you're hitting the road, temperatures are going to be cool all around the Pacific Northwest, but sunshine in the Seattle area with 40s and 50s. Not much warmer as you head down to the Portland, Oregon area, but again, sunny skies. Those temperatures just above the freezing mark there. Daytime highs in the 50s. And moving into the Spokane area, again, very chilly with temperatures in the 40s. Look at their overnight low Friday to Saturday. Again, the coldest night of the week, 17 degrees. So very chilly this weekend in other locations. Frosty weather again with those temperatures. Daytime highs under 50, overnight lows in the 20s. Tri-Cities will hit 50 Friday, but we stay below that for Saturday, Sunday. Lots of sunshine, frosty conditions, temps in the 20s. And in Walla Walla, again, those frosty conditions. We could even see a little bit of freezing fog tomorrow morning, so be careful. The roads could be a little bit slippery, and again, temperatures down in the 20s. More on the way, including your reason to smile. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight we're talking about protecting a young person's mental health while they're navigating social media. What parents need to know and what experts say you can do to help. Next on Apple Valley News Now.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist puts you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers. From a technology perspective, we do what we say every single day.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
In 2014, Benton County voters passed an initiative to fund law and justice efforts. This allowed police departments to increase staffing, improve officer retention, reduce backlog in the justice system, fund gang prevention, fund drug court, fight sex trafficking, and improve the quality of life in our communities. Continue to keep Benton County safe. Vote to approve Proposition 1.
The 2023 Honda CR-V is a car and driver 10 best. RAV4 and Forester are not. CR-V is also car and driver's top-ranked compact SUV. Toyota and Subaru weren't even close. That's because inside and out, the next generation Honda CR-V is bigger, bolder, and more beautiful than ever. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get CR-V with 3.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Welcome back. October is Depression and Mental Health Awareness Month, and experts at the American Psychological Association say while you're communicating with your friends on social media can be helpful for child development, if it's used in the wrong context, this can also be harmful for developing brains. ABC's Rena Roy has a look at some of the ways you can keep teens safe on social media.
Keeping an eye on social media activity can be a difficult task for parents, and many are unsure of how to protect their kids' mental health. The American Psychological Association released a first-of-its-kind health advisory earlier this year on how to keep teens safe on social media.
There are a lot of people talking about the role of social media on mental health, but not all the conversations are reflecting what we know from the science.
APA Chief Science Officer Dr. Mitch Prinstein says the main takeaway from the study, social media literacy, is key.
Adults as well as kids are likely to fall for mis and disinformation that's out there, might believe in someone's profile as being real when it's really just a bot.
Although Dr. Prinstein would like to see changes at the policy level and from tech companies, he says there are steps parents can take right now to help protect their teens on social media. The APA recommends parents limit social media use by adjusting screen time settings on devices or platforms, protect their sleep by shutting down devices at a certain time each night, and have weekly discussions with kids on their social media use.
What is it like? What are you looking for on there? What do you find and how do you make meaning of it? Because when kids have questions about their tech experiences, we want them to feel comfortable going to parents to ask for advice and input.
Parents should also check if their kids are developing social media dependence.
Probably a good idea to ask your kids every once in a while if they've ever felt that they can't get off social media even when they want to, or if using it or trying to keep using it is interfering with their daily routines and responsibilities.
And when it comes to talking to your teen about social media,
it's probably a good idea to approach kids as the experts they are in this area and to recognize they care so deeply about their social relationships, as they should at this point in their life.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, if you're still not quite sure where to start, there are some online tools that can help parents teach teens social media literacy. One website is Spot the Troll that can train teens in detecting illegitimate accounts, and Get Bad News can help break down how myths and disinformation are used online. Federal student loan payments resumed at the start of this month, but for those making payments, an offer of free pizza. We'll explain at 6:30, but first, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
And today's photo of the day comes to us from our friend Charles Dent. Thanks for sending that in. Now, if you peek over the roofs of those houses, you see that big layer of fog hanging over the Yakima River. Great weather photo. Could be seeing that fog tomorrow morning as well. Your reason to smile is brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental of Pasco. Remember to have your photo featured. Get outside, snap one, and send it to me, S. Lee, at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did you see this? It says most people are going to need long-term care that health insurance and Medicare won't cover.
I saw that, and it got me thinking, if I need to pay for home modifications or in-home care, I am not prepared. Are you?
Not really. I mean, whatever happens, I just want to know that I'll be able to get care and stay in my own home as I age.
Right? I want that too. So,
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Youth Ride Free with BFT. Check your student ID for the BFT logo. Show it to the driver and ride free. Don't have a BFT logo sticker on your ID? Ask your school how to get yours.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on the 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
If you want to lower stroke risk from AFib, not caused by a heart valve problem, there's a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back. Halloween fun begins tomorrow night at WSU Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities Halloween Fest and Movie Night is billed as a family-friendly event. It'll offer trick-or-treats and activities from 6 until 8. Then at 8, it's a screening of Scooby-Doo the movie. That's outside of Collaboration Hall at the WSU Tri-Cities campus in Richland. Stacey Lee is tracking some very cold temperatures. You may want to bundle up or layer on the costumes for this weekend. Your First Alert forecast is next. Plus, Washington State University and Oregon State University suing the Pac-12. Tonight, they believe they may have evidence that supports their case. And Thursday Night Lights, how a local high school is coping with a lack of referees. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
We've been sharing pictures of recent snowfall around the Evergreen State. Check out the snow on State Route 20 between the towns of Republic and Kettle Falls. This picture was taken yesterday. I can hardly believe it, but tonight it's going to get really cold even here in our area. Stacey Lee joins us now with your First Alert weather forecast.
It is going to be very cold. Plus, we're tracking continuing snowfall here in the Blue Mountains tonight. Think of Ski Bluewood area down to Toll Gate. And again, we're going to start to see those snow showers taper off a little bit later. We've been seeing some showers just outside of Walla Walla, but that's the active weather happening tonight. Let's take a look outside. Legends Casino Skycam. It's 45 degrees right now. Our humidity up to 74% outside. Our winds are light at 5 and our sunset officially at 5:51. Evening planner. Again, we've got some spooky graphics because we're almost to Halloween. Here's those temperatures dropping down into the 40s, kind of gradual, and we're going to see even bigger drops beginning tomorrow night. Tri-Cities, the evening planner, again, we're in the 40s. Grab a coat if you have anywhere to go this evening. Maybe you're joining us at Twigs for the Golden Bachelor Party. Definitely grab a coat. We're down to 41 degrees with those cloudy skies in Walla Walla. Here's what's ahead. Again, widespread frost through the area. We could see some fog or even some freezing fog developing in the foothills of the Blues in the Kittitas Valley. We have a very slight chance of mountain snow this weekend over the upper elevations, but overall we'll have lots of sunshine, very cold temperatures through the weekend, and I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. It's going to be a very chilly high school football rivalry game this evening. I'm sorry, it is not Friday night. Royal High School is hosting Connell for Thursday Night Lights. It's a change to the usual schedule because there's a serious need for more referees.
Obviously something we don't prefer to do, but we need the referees. These people that are referees do it because they love the sport. They're not doing it for the money. They also spend time away from their families and stuff to do this, so it's a great sacrifice that they make too.
So Connell High School's athletic director says this is the third game this year that had to be moved because of referee schedules, and they really need more people to sign up to keep those Friday night lights on. I spoke with Royal High School's assistant principal today. He's also an officiant and says you don't need a lot of experience to officiate, but you do need to love the sport and love spending time with kids.
After coaching for 30 plus years, I decided to flip over to the officiating just to get involved with kids, stay up to gauge what's going on, and give back to the youth of the high schools and the middle schools. I've learned a lot in officiating. It actually benefited my coaching too, in a way.
So you can sign up to become a referee, and you don't necessarily need to be an expert in the game. There are several organizations around the region that can help train game officiants and connect them with local schools. We're going to have some links available for you on our website, Apple Valley News Now, coming up later this evening. Washington State and Oregon State have evidence that could help their case in the lawsuit against the Pac-12. WSU and OSU are claiming that Pac-12 commissioners' response to the schools announcing their intention to leave suggests that the departing members gave up their rights to make decisions on the conference's future. So in a court filing submitted to Whitman County today, Washington State and Oregon State made the case that they should be the only ones who can decide what happens to the Pac-12 and its assets. WSU and OSU are the only conference members that have not announced their intentions to join another league next year. A hearing is scheduled for November 14th in Whitman County. Now to the mass shooting in Maine that left at least 18 people dead and 13 others wounded. The suspected gunman still on the loose tonight, and hundreds of law enforcement officers are involved in the hunt to capture him. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Officials confirming at least 18 people have been killed and 13 others wounded after a heavily armed gunman opened fire at 2 locations in Lewiston, Maine. Authorities releasing these surveillance images showing the suspect, 40-year-old Robert Card, as he entered a local bowling alley that was hosting a youth night for a kids' bowling league.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop. Thought it was a balloon. I had my back turned to the door.
Police say Card then allegedly traveled about 4 miles to a bar and restaurant where police allege he shot several more victims. And since then, he's been on the run. Card's white Subaru, pictured here, was found at a boat launch in Lisbon. Officials say he owns a boat as well as a motorcycle.
He should be considered armed and dangerous. We believe this is someone that should not be approached.
Hundreds of federal, state, and local law enforcement agents joining forces to try and track him down. A shelter-in-place advisory is in effect for several communities. Many schools and businesses in the state closed as the manhunt continues.
I do ask the public to continue to be mindful of their own personal safety.
Over the summer, Card was deployed to a military training center in upstate New York to support training for West Point cadets. A defense official telling ABC News that back in July, he was behaving erratically and out of concern for his safety was taken to a mental health facility for evaluation. He spent 2 weeks there and allegedly threatened to shoot up a National Guard facility in Maine.
One source telling me this is the worst case scenario involving a highly skilled gunman who is irrational. Card is a firearms expert and Army reservist with a history of mental illness.
Flags at the White House and across Maine have been lowered to half staff in memory of the victims. Now, according to the Gun Violence Archive, this is the 565th mass shooting here in the U.S. this year alone, and it is the deadliest since the massacre in Uvalde. Rena Roy, ABC News, Lewiston, Maine.
Now, Maine's former governor, now Senator Angus King, voted in support of a Senate amendment that would make it easier for veterans with mental illness to bypass background checks when they buy a gun. Senator King is an independent but often caucuses with Democrats. That measure is part of a package of annual spending bills that could pass the Senate as soon as next week. 3 Democrats joined Republicans in supporting the amendment. The United States will send $150 million worth of military aid to Ukraine. Secretary of State announced that new package today. It consists of ammunition and rockets. Specifically, it includes munitions for surface-to-air missile systems and high-mobility artillery rocket systems. Stinger anti-aircraft missiles are also part of that aid package. The Pentagon is also sending more than 2 million rounds of small arms ammunition and night vision devices. An Eastern Washington firefighter recently had to take a leave of absence when he found out he had a brain tumor. Because most of his service was as a volunteer, he doesn't qualify for workers' compensation. Ron Cato may have only spent 1 full year as a career firefighter, but he did the same type of work even as a volunteer. He's helped people, worked 24-hour shifts, and has fought many fires. If it weren't for his stage 4 glioblastoma, he'd still be working because he says he loves the job.
There are people that need help. There are people that need things so they can survive. You know, be it medical, be it fires, put fires out. You want to help them because you might have a neat day, but the people that you're trying to help are having the worst day in the world, and you want to try to make that a little better.
Now, Washington State Department of Labor and Industries considers these risks, and that's why there is a law that makes it easier for firefighters to receive workers' compensation. But because Cato doesn't have 10 years of paid experience, he doesn't qualify. Now, his son has scheduled meetings with state representatives to try to get his dad some help. An increase last week in first-time unemployment benefit filings. The Department of Labor reports a 10,000 filing jump to 210,000. Now, despite that, the job market is still considered strong. Weekly jobless claims remain below historical and pre-pandemic averages, which were more than 27,000 in 2019. New numbers show the U.S. economy grew at a rate of 4.9% in the third quarter. That's more than the 2.1% increase in the second quarter and above economists' expectations. The increase comes despite interest rates hitting their highest level in more than 2 decades. Robust consumer spending fueled growth in the third quarter. The economy faces a number of headwinds, though, including soaring bond yields and the resumption of student loan repayments. And pursuit of the American dream remains expensive in the United States. According to Freddie Mac data, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate averaged 7.79% this week. That's up from 7.63% last week, whereas a year ago it was just over 7%. Now, rates have increased 2 full percentage points this year. According to Freddie Mac's chief economist, purchases have slowed to a virtual standstill, with affordability remaining a hurdle amid high rates and low inventory. Boeing says it lost an additional $482 million on the contract to retrofit the next generation of Air Force One. The reason? Engineering changes, labor instability, and supply negotiations. In total, the deal loss now totals more than $1 billion. The company's CEO said last year that Boeing should never have signed the nearly $4 billion contract with the Air Force. Supplier costs have soared since that contract signing. Federal student loan payments resumed this month, but for those struggling to make the payments tonight, possibly a silver lining in the form of free pizza. Plus, the mercury will drop overnight. Stacey Lee is tracking some very chilly conditions on the way for your weekend. And we're tracking the aftermath of a powerful hurricane that stormed ashore along Mexico's Pacific coast. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Will in to win during Wild Horse Resort and Casino's $150,000 car giveaway. You could win a new all-wheel drive Toyota Corolla Hybrid Luxury Edition, plus up to $12,000 in weekly cash and prizes. Pick 3 cards to win up to $1,000 cash, or match 3 Corolla cards and go directly to the Grand Prize Winner Circle. Grand Prize drawing this weekend. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hon. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog time.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bathfitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving in members' mailboxes this week. There's 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for fall in the Northwest. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
The 2023 Honda Pilot was named the most fun to drive by Car and Driver. The Toyota Highlander was not. In fact, on the road and off, Pilot's handling blew Highlander away. Plus, Pilot has a bigger, more powerful engine, more cargo space, a bigger third row, and a bold new look. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the bigger, bolder Honda Pilot with 3.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At least 27 people are dead, several more still missing after a deadly Category 5 hurricane slammed Mexico. Hurricane Otis making landfall in Acapulco yesterday, making it the strongest hurricane on record to hit Mexico's Pacific coast. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest.
Mass devastation revealed in Acapulco, one of Mexico's oldest beach resort cities, after Hurricane Otis made landfall as a ferocious Category 5 storm.
Otis went from a tropical storm to a Cat 5 in just 12 hours, which is something that only a handful of storms have done around the world since records began in the 1960s.
Torrential downpours destroying a hotel, walls and ceilings collapsing, guests forced to shelter in the hotel's ballroom. Jaime Villanueva and his friend sheltering on the 21st floor of their hotel, hoping for the best. New aerial video shows flooded communities, mudslides and fallen trees barring access to roads, while the region deals with down power lines and no communication.
Fue muy desastroso.
Mexico's president saying what Acapulco suffered was disastrous. Forecasters say Hurricane Otis is the strongest hurricane on record to hit Mexico's Pacific coast.
That was ABC's Melissa Adon reporting. Now, Mexico's government is urgently working to reestablish communication in the area. They're bringing in more than 900 workers and members of the military to address the damage.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's definitely a chilly night, plus we're tracking some snowfall here in the Blue Mountains tonight. Ski Bluewood getting a few inches there this evening, all the way down to Tollgate. And again, if you're traveling, it's looking good on I-84 tonight. This is mainly contained to the mountains, but we are keeping an eye on that. And you'll definitely want to start checking those trip checks and the WashDOT websites before you hit the road anytime going forward this winter. 45 degrees right now, Dust Devil Geese's Skycam. Our humidity at 74%, winds are light at 5. So looks like our traffic is moving along great on 182. All right, the trend is this. The Arctic blast continues to bring down that cold Arctic air right into our region, and it's heading to the east as well, covering Montana. The folks in Montana are seeing temperatures 35 to 40 degrees below the normal. Meanwhile, in our region, we'll be seeing temperatures 10 to 20 degrees below the normal for the next several days. And again, that is the big impact that's going to continue to infiltrate over the next several days. As you can see on the coast, we're starting to get some blue skies out there. Most of this system moving off to the east, looking good. Here's what's going on with our jet stream. Again, that allowed for another stormy day. We saw some snowflakes as far south down the 395 corridor into Connell today. Most of that snow now moving across into Idaho and into Montana, moving through the next couple of days. But check out the jet on Saturday. It's literally right on top of us, bringing that freezing cold Arctic air right into our region. So Friday night, Saturday night so far look to be the coldest nights going forward. Futurecast not looking too bad. Again, it's a little overcast and cloudy tonight, but as we get into our Friday morning, again, you'll see those cloudy overcast conditions. A few spotty snow showers again possible in the Blues, but as the day progresses, the cold air continues to blow down from the north, but we'll see sunshine all around the region. And there still is a slight chance of some stray showers or snow showers in the upper elevations over the weekend, but overall Saturday, nice and clear and chilly once again through the entire region. So looking good. If you do have travel plans, check those past conditions before you hit the road. Here's where our temperature trends looking like. Our average is 60 degrees. We're running 10 degrees or more below that all next week in Tri-Cities. Same thing in Yakima, average there for this time of year 59. Again, we're running a good 10 degrees below the average in the Yakima area. Even colder as you get in those upper elevations. Chilly temperatures tonight in the 20s and 30s through the area. Connell at 25, 33 Tri-Cities in Hermiston, as well as Pendleton and Walla Walla. 31 tonight, Toppenish, 30 in Ellensburg. Let's take a look at that tomorrow's daytime highs. Once again in the 40s, a little bit of frost in the morning, and again those clouds moving out by midday. Frosty morning in the Columbia Basin as well, with temperatures reaching 50 degrees in the Tri-Cities, 47 in Prosser. Foothills of the Blues will stay in the 40s tomorrow as well. And again, we could see a little bit of fog, possibly freezing fog developing there late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So be aware of that on your your morning commute. Here's what your day is going to look like tomorrow in Yakima. Again, we're starting out in the 30s at 8, a chilly day. Doesn't warm up all that much. And then look at those temperatures drop rapidly once you get the sun to go down. 33 by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Tri-Cities, again, we're in the 30s to start our day, making it up to 50 by 4 and then dropping down into the 30s by 8 o'clock. Walla Walla, same thing. We see those 30s, those 40s by midday and back down to the 30s. So a chilly look at our forecast there. Here's what the next 3 days look like into your weekend. Going to be a frosty one with temperatures down in the 20s. Chilly temperatures in the Tri-Cities with those overnight lows once again in the 20s. And in Walla Walla, again, we could see some fog or freezing fog tomorrow morning, so we'll keep it an alert day there. Temperatures very extremely cold all weekend long, so not bad. I do have your 7-day planning forecast on the way. Stay with us. There's more Apple Valley News now at 6:30.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most $1 million car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Has your dishwasher let you down lately?
Fred's has closeout Bosch dishwashers on sale. Fred's also has models you won't find at the box stores.
Bosch means quality and innovation. New Bosch dishwashers quietly deliver sparkling dishes.
With features like third rack and a new drying system that even dries plastic, Bosch raises the bar for dishwashers.
Fred's has more dishwashers in stock than you'll see anywhere. Come in and see us today.
One good round deserves another at Zentel Creek Golf Club in Kennewick. Stay warm inside with state-of-the-art golf simulators, or book banquet space for your next family or professional event. Weekends liven up with select live music events throughout the season. Go to zentelcreek.com to find the list of live music options and make reservations for golf, dinner, drinks, and fun all year round.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Sleep Shop and Furniture has expanded. To celebrate, all living room furniture is up to 35% off. A queen-size gel mattress for only $399 on hand with immediate delivery. Up to 18 months seamless cash and no credit financing available. Quality furniture, affordable prices.
Join me tonight at Twiggs Bistro and Martini Bar for our Golden Bachelor Watch Party. Great drink specials, giveaways, and Tri-City's own Faith Martin competing for the Golden Bachelor.
From Twiggs Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
I'll see you tonight.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. One of the hottest topics lately has been artificial intelligence. It's everywhere technology is, and now it's helping with the release of the last known song by one of the most influential bands of all time. Now and Then by the Beatles will be released. It took more than 20 years to make it happen. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr came together to finish the song, which was written by John Lennon at his New York City home in 1970. McCartney says it is the last Beatles song. The song features the original vocals recorded by Lennon that were preserved using artificial intelligence. Very cool.
And I have to ask you, so Beatles, maybe a little before your time?
You know, I do know the classics, so I could recognize the sound probably.
Yeah. I mean, what the song they were talking about is the year I was born.
So we'll get to hear it new.
There we go.
All right, well, federal student loan payments resumed at the beginning of this month. In light of that, Domino's is planning to give away $1 million of emergency pizza to student loan holders.
Love that. The chain will offer 4,200 codes each day for a medium 2-topping pie. Domino's plans to do this until it reaches $1 million. You can apply at domino's.com/student loans. You must redeem codes by December 10th. And everyone needs an emergency pizza.
Is all pizza emergency pizza? I mean, it comes right down to it. We might need pizza to warm up tonight, though.
Absolutely, yes. We'll have a final look at our weather when we come right back.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for a spine-tingling adventure like no other? Welcome to the Windermere Haunted House and Trunk or Treat. You know, a good haunted house has a few key ingredients. First, you need creepy ambiance. Next, you'll need spine-tingling surprises around every corner. And of course, you can't forget the treat. Will you dare to enter, or will you chicken out? The Windermere Haunted House and Trunk or Treat event, where fun and fright collide.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Our hometown. It's more than the regions we live in or the roads we drive on. It's a camaraderie, a belonging. It's working together to be a part of something bigger. All October long, bring a non-perishable food donation to McCurley dealerships or find a specially packed food donation bag at any local Yolks Fresh market. You are driving change in our community. That's what makes home, home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership-only savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. Our savings book is packed with 16 pages of everything you need for fall here in the Northwest. Stock up for the holidays with baking and pantry essentials. Save on small appliances and housewares. Plus find great savings in sporting goods, pet supplies, and more. Find it for less in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Well, don't forget, it is the Golden Bachelor night, and we are having one of our weekly viewing parties over at Twiggs Martini Bar and Bistro in Kennewick. Stacey, we've been having lots of fun over there.
Lots of fun, lots of prizes. It's definitely a good time. If you haven't joined us, come out tonight. It's going to be good. Bring your coat.
Yes, absolutely, because it's going to be cold.
That's right. Let's check out our 7-day planning forecast again. Frosty, look at those overnight lows. Really, really cold Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, slightly increasing as we head towards the end of the week with some showers possible next week. For trick-or-treaters on Tuesday, more than likely clear and dry, but cold, so definitely want to bundle up. Those overnight lows once again down in the 20s and those daytime highs only hitting the 40s. Here you go, Walla Walla. Again, you could see some freezing fog tomorrow morning. Drive safe on those roads. And again, bundle up, stay warm.
All right, maybe that costume should have some fake fur on it.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacy. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.